Today's lesson is core training. And when people talk about core training, the biggest misconception is, well, I'm just going to work the abs. Well, your abs are part of your core, but if you're just working your abs, you're really not working your core to the full extent because basically you need to stabilize all those muscles that are around the spine, which will help us with our movement and our performance. So what is your core? Again, another misconception, if we look at that picture, people would say, wow, there's a six-pack there, so that person must have a strong core. Again, yes, their abs, and specifically your six-pack is your rectus abdominis, which are the ones straight up and down. But the abs have many different components. Okay, obliques, your transverse abdominis, and things like that. So when we're working the core, we need to work all those muscles with our abs and our hips and our spinal area. So we have our gluteus maximus, we have muscles on our back. Those are all part of our core. So again, if we were just doing crunches, we're not really working our core because those aren't the muscles that are going to stabilize our spine. All those muscles have to work together to have a strong trunk area. Why is core training important? Well, if you look at a sport, when we're trying to manipulate an object, okay, we have to transfer the energy from the large muscles to the small muscles. So if I'm trying to hit something with a bat, I have to use the large muscles of my back, my midsection, and things to swing the bat to hit the ball, to transfer that energy. Okay, and also in every sport, balance is extremely important. So we have to be stable in the middle of our body so we can generate those forces and so we can do them in an efficient manner. Because if we look at all these sports that are listed in the graphic, they all involve some aspect of the core. Every movement, every activity is going to be based off our core. So core strength will help our body work as a unit. So it'll help those muscles coordinate together to generate the most power, the most balance, and create the most efficient movement. So core training can have benefits for not only the athlete but the non-athlete. Some of our benefits, we already talked about how transferring that energy because of a strong core so we can increase our power. And the strong core makes our movement more efficient. And that does two things. One, it's going to increase our performance, so a better athletic performance. And it's also going to decrease our risk of injury because if we're moving more effectively, we're less likely to have a muscular imbalance and pull a muscle or damage a muscle. Also, a strong core is extremely important to reduce the risk of back pain. If you can do a lot of core activities, it will help you reduce or eliminate that back pain. Better balance and stability. Again, that's important for not only safety but also performance. And then better body control and balance. The same thing. Safety in our everyday lives and performance. And I'm sorry I had to put my personal picture there on the right. So how do we strengthen our core? Well, there's many different activities we can use for the core. Some that might be obvious, some you might not have thought about. Some of the equipment that are helpful to strengthen our core are medicine balls, stability balls, and balance boards. Those can be used, but if we don't have those things, we can just use our body weight and do activities that you probably thought of before, like bridges, planks, different twisting motions. But there's also some activities that you may not have thought of. For example, squats. Squats are a great core exercise because you have to stabilize the core when you're doing the squats. Lunges, deadlifts, push-ups. Okay, those are all activities that force you to use your core while you're doing the activity, so strengthen your core. So again, some of those exercises, and you see some on the graphics on here that you can use. There's many different types. Again, you have to figure out what works the best for you. So to summarize, what is our core? Again, our core is that area between our shoulders and our hips that stabilize our spine. So those muscles in our hips, in our abs, and our back that help stabilize our spine. again, that's important. That's why core training is important, because we need to stabilize that spine so we can easily transfer energy from our larger body parts or muscles to the smaller body parts. And so all our movement's based off our core. So if we strengthen that area, we're able to move more efficiently and with better performance. Yeah, so the benefits of core training: reduce the risk of injury, reduce back pain, better efficiency of movement, better athletic performance, better balance and stability, better body control. Those are all benefits. And again, we can strengthen our core through exercises that you know, things like the plank, bridges, twists, different motions, but also some of your multi-joint activities like squats, deadlifts, doing things like push-ups. Those all use your core, so they're all important. So there's many different things we can do to work our core. So again, think about what are some exercises you can incorporate into your workouts to improve your core strength.